had details like that nobody else should have ever known about Billy the Kid. So anyway, it's controversial whether or not he was Billy the Kid, but I believe that Brushy Bill was Billy the Kid. So far, so good? Why do I believe he was Billy the Kid? One reason, evidence, blah, blah, blah. But there's another reason I believe he is. I really, really want to believe that he is. Because wouldn't it be awesome if, like, there's this formal story, Billy the Kid was killed in Fort Sumner, New Mexico, 1881 by Pat Garrett. But wouldn't it be so much more interesting if it turns out, no, Pat Garrett did not kill him. He escaped. And he dies in New Mexico in 1954 or whatever it was. Because that tells us something important. There was a fact, but there was something else that was out there to be discovered. Don't you like the idea that there's a whole world out there of stuff to discover? And that's the thing. I look at that, I'm like, wouldn't that be awesome? Because that would mean, I think about all the other things that you could get out there and discover. If you guys remember, like a month or two ago, there was a band I mentioned to you several times called Avatar. I like Avatar a lot. And why do I like them so much? I like their music, but also, it's fantastic when you discover something new like that. Like some new piece of music or some new band that, I hate to say it, but I'll sound like old man Scallon for a minute. When I'm 41 years old. So at 41 years old, all of a sudden I discovered this new band. It isn't like I'm 15, like almost every piece of music in the world is new to me. I've been around for a little bit, and so all of a sudden you discover something new, you're like, you know what that means? That means there's more out there to discover. That makes the world more interesting. It makes the world fascinating. And it revives your interest in things. Does this make sense? That's what he's unraveling. He's studying the mystery because he wants to be a human being. There are things about yourself that if you search and you discover something new, it's like, that's so awesome. That means that there's a lot more about myself I can discover. There's a lot more about the world I can discover. There's a lot more about whatever subject, Billy the Kid, or music, or whatever it is. There's a whole world, there's a whole universe of stuff out there that's to be discovered. And that's what makes it so exciting. And sometimes that's what makes life... Man, I was about to make a point, too. My point is...
Thank
you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. You're a real one.